Welcome. So today I'll be showing you some close-up magic. This is a magic trick that I really love. Please watch closely. So before we start, I want you to just go ahead and shuffle these cards. Fantastic. So in a deck of cards, we have a lot of things that can do a little bit of a trick for us. So I want you to choose any card you like, no matter which card. Cool. I want you to look at it yourself and show the camera. Okay. So now I'm gonna do this, and then you're just gonna say stop whenever.
Stop.
Alright. So I want you to place your card face down on top of this deck. Just place it on top. I want to give the deck a little bit of cut. So now your chosen card is inside. Now, as I was mentioning, the Mr. Jacks, they can do some pretty fantastic tricks. So, right now I'm just trying to find the 4 Jacks. Okay, so let's see where I can find them. Can't seem to find them. Sorry. So, okay, we got one more. We have the last Jack hiding right here. So, as you can see right here, we've got 4 little Jacks. So, with the 4 Jacks, we have the Jack of clubs, we got the Jack of diamonds, we have the Jack of hearts, and most importantly, we have the Jack of spades. Okay? So we're gonna place these 4 Mr. Jacks down. So these are 4 Mr. Jacks. Now, the first Mr. Jack says that, you know what? I can do a trick. I can go under the skyscraper, and with a flick, I could actually climb to the very top. Now, the second guy says, well, that's quite impressive, but I can do the exact opposite. I can be at the top of the skyscraper, and with a click, it should be able to dive right back into the bottom of the skyscraper. Now, the third guy says, oh, these two are all very impressive, but I'm going to do something more impressive. I'm going to be at the top of the deck. Oh, I'm going to be at the very bottom of the deck. And then you're going to give me a little bit of a ladder to climb right here. But even with some ladders to climb, it still somehow manages to appear at the top of the deck. With the last card right here, he's going to be at the very top, but he has a parachute. So even though we give him a little bit of a stair to climb, he still can appear at the very bottom of the deck. Cool. So basically we have all 4 of these Jacks right here. So these Jacks, we have judges. So the judges are like, this is very impressive, very interesting tricks, but sadly we have to eliminate 2 Jacks from our pile. So let's take a look, the last look at them, because 2 of them are going to be eliminated. So we have the Jack of diamonds, we have the Jack of hearts, we have the Jack of spades, and we have the Jack of clubs, right? So now we're gonna deal these Mr. Jacks down, but we're just gonna flip 2 over. These 2 Jacks are now eliminated. Now I want you to just tap on one card right here. And tap on that card. So this Jack is also eliminated. So you were the judge, you eliminated that Jack right there. So, as I was saying, these 3 Jacks are now eliminated. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these 3 Jacks and put them at the top of the deck. We're gonna give the deck a little bit of a cut here, and we're gonna give it another cut here. So they're off stage, so they're just sitting inside the pile, right? I'm gonna place it right here. I want you to hold your hand out like this. I'm going to place the card on top of your hand, and I want you to cover this card up with your other hand. Hold it tightly, because the last Mr. Jack says, I want to jump from your hand into this pile and turn my face facing up so you can see him on the side of the deck. So we can just give Mr. Jack about 3 seconds to do this trick. So 3, 2, 1, and somehow he's probably jumped into the deck facing up. So now we have, again, I want to show you that all 4 Mr. Jacks are now inside. So we have 1 right there, and we have 3 more Mr. Jacks right here. So that means that the card that you're holding is not quite Mr. Jack. I want you to lift this hand up and tell us what was the card that you chose to form the trick.
The black, how to say, flower 7.
So you chose the 7 of clubs. So we're gonna reveal it right now. So this card, it's not the Jacks, and it should be the 7 of clubs.
Wow.
Thank you. So welcome to the reveal. So in this trick, you don't really need a setup. You really don't need any tricks. You only need one thing called a sleight of hand. So now what we're going to do, this is a genuinely shuffled deck. You can have the spectators shuffle it if they want. They can also do a riffle shuffle, but in this case, I'm just going to shuffle it one more time. Now what I want you to do is when you're showing the spectator that it is pretty shuffled deck right here, we're just gonna remember the bottom card. You can do this nonchalantly, but just turning it and then remembering yourself. So in this case, it's the Joker. So what you want to do next is you want to say, you just say stop whenever. Say they stop right here. This is gonna be their card. It's the 5 of diamonds. So after they do it, so they're gonna hold it in their hands and look at it. You can either do 2 things. You can just place this pile down here and let them place this card on top and the whole entire deck on top. This makes the Joker and this these 2 cards are going to be together. But some people, if they watched Magic before, they'll they'll notice what you're doing. So if you have an audience that's kind of familiar with Magic, what you want to do is just create like a fake shuffle here. You can move any cards you want. You can shuffle it as many times as you want, but always keep the bottom card as your Jack. And you're actually going to say, you can say stop whenever, and then let's say, or I can even say, so you can say stop whenever. They say stop here. I'm going to let them place this card. So in this case, it's the 5 of diamonds on top. I'm going to drop the whole deck on top of that. Perfect. And then you want to square it up, and you can also let them do a cut. You can do 2 cuts. They can do whatever they want. So after, you're going to pick the whole deck up, and you're going to say, we're just going to switch away from your card, but I want you to still keep that card in mind. It's really important. Now you're just going to tell a story. Now in a deck of cards, you have 4 Mr. Jacks. I call them the Jackarats. So these Jacks, they actually do some tricks. They can do some amazing acrobatics for us. But when you get to 2 Jacks, even though, let's say, let's just go over it. So even if you see a 3rd Jack, you want to move it out. You want to pretend it's not, and you're still looking at it. So now when you get to your key card, which is the card that you saw, you're just going to casually say, I don't see any Jacks here. I'm going to switch it on top. So in this case, this is the spectator's card. So doing this, by bringing the key card to the top, it actually automatically makes the spectator's card to be the bottom card, or if you switch it over, the top card. And then you're just going to go and then say, just going to pretend like you're still looking for the remaining 2 Jacks. And then you're going to say, hey, we got 1 here and the last one here. So now you're going to place the whole deck down.
then I always pretty much hold it in my left hand. And the spectators, so their attention are going to be here. What I want you to do is just really small little trick. I want you to bring this card out and then use your pinky or use your finger to actually create like a gap here. But if you do this like this, the people aren't really going to notice if they're going to look right here. So it's just a little bit out of the deck right here. So you're going to say, or even you can put it on like the deck like this. But what I want you to do is you're going to pick all these 4 jacks up. Then you're going to place it on top of the deck. And then just going to bring that card with you. So, and then you're going to square it up so that the spectators don't see there's one card that's facing down. So after you do that, you're going to lay this down. You're going to show the spectators. Now, we have the Jack of Diamonds. We have the Jack of Spades. Be sure to fold them up. We have the Jack of Hearts, and we also have the Jack of Spades. So actually, after showing this, you want to place it on top of the deck right here. But actually, you've placed their chosen card on the top. So for this trick, for the first round, you want to deal it down 4 cards from right to left. But the spectators are going to say that they're going to think these are all 4 jacks. But actually, this card right here is their predicted card. You're going to start off from the left. You're going to go like, I'm going to place it on the bottom skyscraper, and then this is all just performance because I'm at the top, and actually you got one that's on the bottom, so it's pretty working. You just place on the, you do some tricks, you show them it's actually on the bottom now, and then you can do the same thing, but you can say I have a little bit of a ladder here for it to climb, and Mr. Jack can always climb to the top. The last one, I can do a little bit of a ladder here, but it can also parachute its way down. So after all this round, you've basically brought the 4 jacks to the table. It was 3 jacks before, but you introduced 1 more. Now what I want you to do is, this top card is going to be their predicted card, and you're going to do the exact same thing 1 more time. So you're going to be like, and these 4 jacks are very good.
Sorry, I just
dropped one under the desk. So you're going to say, these 4 jacks are really good. But, you know, the judges, they always have to do something. So I'm just doing this slow so you can see it. If it's real, you won't be able to actually see that I actually put 1 more card down. Do the exact same thing. You're going to show them. And then you can tell a story. You can say, let's look at them for the last time, because 2 of them are going to be going. Sorry about the camera, keep hitting it. And then for the second time, you're going to deal the cards down from left to right. Deal down Mr. Jack, you flip 1, deal 1 down, flip 1 again. And then you're going to say, these 2 flip jacks are now eliminated. Now you have 2 left. So I want the spectator to point at any single card. And actually, I know the left card because this is their predicted card. So I'm not going to tell them what to do, what they're going to do. They're just going to point at one. If they point to this one, I'm going to say, you chose to keep this card. We're throwing this away. If they point to this card, I'm just going to say, then this jack is also eliminated. So it's really simple, false. And actually, just before we do this, we're going to say to spectator, these 3 jacks have been so hard working. So we're going to actually, so I'm just doing this so you can see what I did just there. And then we're going to bring it to the top of the deck. And we can also have the spectators cut the deck how many times they want. And then after we cut the deck, we just want to place it down over here. And then we're going to make the spectators do the rest of the thing. We're going to place it in their hand like this. It's actually their card. And then we're going to say that jack is going to jump and it's going to be facing up. So really self-explanatory. It's going to be here. It's going to be the only card in the deck. It's going to be facing up. So by that time, they're going to have a crazy response. They're going to have a crazy reaction when you actually reveal their card and see that it is their chosen card. So that's the whole trick. It brings a lot and a lot of crazy reactions, but it's so easy to do, and I strongly encourage you to try it yourself. So good luck, and leave any questions down in the comments for me. See you next time.